It's a beautiful world. Hello, guys. I needed a mental reset, guys. I basically blew 2 of my funded accounts out of not good. So I'm working on 2 more. If not, then I'll be gone for a while. It's I fixed it. I thought I fixed it trading a practice account and fell back into older habits. So I'm trying my best to keep this screen organized when I'm looking. I took one trade. It went okay, and my scaling method was pretty poor. Here's my journal so you guys can see I kind of switched around. I have one trade, and then here's my second trade strategy. And then this was the trade I took. So this is on the fresh account because I restart it each time. So we're just waiting to see if there's a setup. This was a trade idea I had that fit my second strategy. If you look at my higher time frame, this explains a little bit more. Red dots means that's the higher time frame kind of direction. Oh, let me make this better. Higher time frame direction. So we're still bearish. I'm looking in general around this range for it to reverse. We have my discount. We're actually at the discount, I think. Yeah. So it could really do anything at this point. I'm leaning more bearish around this area. So we'll see how it reacts once it comes up to here. Maybe it'll give me another setup right here, and then that'll be my second trade of the day. But I'm not going to rush anything. I want to be very careful in this account. 2 trades max a day. The rest of it will just be an analysis of the market, but I won't be taking any more trades probably. It doesn't look like my setup's going to be right here. What happened to my title? How do I change that? Can I edit that? Can I edit my title? I go to YouTube Studio, see if I can edit my title. Oh, here we go. Now my music's working. Made a higher high right there. All right, let me retrace this now. Since we retested in this. That's a 1 pip grab. This is going to be a bearish move, but it doesn't fit my strategy, so I'm not taking it. We're still bullish, so that's why I entered right here with our low down here now. This has a little bit more to go. If we look to the left, there's a gap over here. So it has a little bit more to go up here. Let me see if I can find that's ads. Let me see if I can find my mix. Ooh.
For you, so you can walk out with confidence.
There we go.
Now this is Texas. Intuit
In the middle of the woods.
Toby Mac with Zach Williams, Seth Schleter, and Jamie McDonald. Thursday night, June 18th in Florence at Florence.
The heck? What the?
Tickets available at awakeningfoundation.com. Toby Mac. An
Okay.
Foundation event.
I don't like that candle at all. I hate when the market does that.
Is calling for, whether it's turning up the party or winding down to relax in the evening. Curate the day's soundtrack with ad-free
What a move.
listening and offline downloads on Spotify Premium. Tap the banner to learn more.
I'm gonna grab this liquidity at this point. So I need to reset it. Here we have a minor structure. Let me see where I grab that. Minor structure right here. I would grab that one. I grab this one right here. So this usually gets grabbed. This is where I see my setups a lot of time for a shorter setup. I don't know if I would take a long trade at this area though. Why the heck is what? Oh, there we go. Perfect. I'll be honest now. If anyone has any questions, my technical analysis is generally really good. It's just motions still have not been there. These strategies have been very thoroughly backtested, by the way. Over 400 trades, both of them. I'm trading only the gap fill, because it has a higher return for me than the other one. And again, if anyone wants to look at it, here's my book. I'd be happy to post it as a video if you guys want a very brief video. But this is it. It gives me my rules right here. It gives me my setup right here, 21, 16, 15%. Same thing down here. Confirm right there. Kind of filters out the trades for me on this journal. Okay, we pulled back into the minor structure right here. Just can see how it reacts. This should come down and grab it. I don't see anything. Sorry, I was just double checking to make sure there wasn't anything there. Nothing I would trade. This is the liquidity we're looking for. Again, nothing is confirmed as bearish. This might be the confirmation of bearish, but we still can grab liquidity above it. So, I mean, everything around this is just a temporary trade. We don't really want to take any risk here. All right, there we go. Still have yet to see any setup for me yet, so. Oh. I decided not to do a thumbnail. Just anyone that wants to join in can. My thumbnails look pretty bad anyway. We grabbed it by 1 pip right here. This could be a reversal. Or it might come up and grab it again. I mean, you never know. I don't really like these types of trades that much. I never find much success in them. I mean, they have pretty high risk to reward here. For example, you see the rejection. You could usually get a 1 to 1.5 and 1 to 2 pretty safely on these. Looks like actually this one might work out, especially if you're trading on the higher time frame. And you notice, like, for example, we're grabbing liquidity, or we're at the top of the structure on the higher time frame. These usually work out really well. You don't necessarily need to see my gap to fill. The less amount of pips it grabs, the better at the top of the range. And that's usually it. If it grabs like 1 to 5, sorry, ticks. If it grabs 1 to 5 ticks, that's usually a lot better of a range right here. Seeing what it does here. Potentially might be a setup if it comes down and grabs this liquidity right here. This minor structure is what I really want to see. Yeah, I grabbed this. This isn't even the minor structure anymore. I mean, at this point, it held that. Like, this was the balance from the minor structure right there. So now it's just playing off the liquidity to see how it reacts. Which is 1 pip low. And it should come down from here. It should come down and grab something because it will have a high that it can take. Liquidity high right here, and then most likely you could probably take a trade up to this point. This would be your target. So, like, for example, if my gap shows up here, you might see a trade like this. Oh, not the wrong way. But again, I don't want to take that risk. It's still riskier. Not a 1 to 5, like a 1 to 2 here. That's only if the gap forms below this liquidity right here. And liquidity is always, for me, marked by a money sign. Okay, let's see how this reacts here. This looks like it would be an ideal setup. I mean, that's... Let's see if it holds. Don't really. That's a good breakup. And this is an example of the trade I was talking about. Again, I trade on ticks, so anyone that trades on the minute, I'm sorry. I'm kind of screwing you over. This would be the trade idea. So we'll see if it works out. I didn't take it. It's only a 1 to 1.66. I would still target that 1 to 2 because I would want it. Simulated trade. I need to create a separate journal for a simulated trades I take. Now this one already hit where it technically has to. It grabbed this liquidity right here, so it could move down if it wanted to, and you could always move your stop to break even if it comes up to there. But again, the strategy calls for calling to a 1 to 2 at least, so with a runner if you want to. I'll eventually have plans for a runner, but we'll see if this, I mean, this might move up to there, but I'm not going to bring my hope on it. It's so bearish right now, especially from this top side right there. But The reason why this would be an okay entry is because you just came down very heavily and grabbed. It didn't work out, which is fine. Good thing I didn't take it. I'm not trying to take anything in the bullish direction right now. Since we're at a, we have higher time frame bear structure and we're moving down, I'm looking for a bearish trade. So potentially, I mean, let me see. This would have been a decent trade. Coming up, we failed right there. Failed below, we retested, failed again. I mean, this could have been a decent trade right there. Would that give me a 1 to 2? Not yet. Again, I'm trying not to be risky here, but, it's hard to pick and choose when the market moves this quick. It's probably going to come up for the high now, the liquidity now. Maybe. I don't know. No, this one would have worked out. I need to update my high and low now. We're still technically bullish, so I won't yet. This is where the liquidity rests for us to change. If this breaks this low right here, then I would be potentially confident that this is the highest point we're going to reach here. We grab this, I can unmark that, I can unmark this. And we're currently bearish here. So we do have this as a high, a minor high. So I'm just going to put this as the line as green. So what will happen is we'll test this again, potentially. I need to figure out my screen here. Maybe I'm too low. I like that one better. This is a lot more clean. But again, if anyone has any questions, even after, let me know. See how it reacts right here. Gives me a little bit of a liquidity touch right here. Might give me a minor setup. No, this is not going to be a setup here for me. This could have been a long trade since we are still on the minor higher time frame structure. I mean, technically you could take a trade to the upside. And the reason why is we have the structure on the left side over here. The bottom portion of this trend that we've been having, again, kind of resistance and support-esque. You could have taken a risk, probably better on a retest here, using my strategy. Once we got this bullish engulfing candle, because you don't really want to take it on this. This is very unclear structure, but right here would be a good confirmation. Putting that down here, again, targeting up to the gap there. That might not give you a 1 to 2. It did give you a 1 to 2, but where I would target would be up here at this little gap up here. Those usually are pretty easy targets because it skips a beat and it likes to retest eventually. So, I mean, they're like a magnet area, especially if the trend's strong in that favor. Now we're rejecting off of it. Still, it didn't show a setup for me. And we gotta remember we're bearish. These should be red. So everything's moving in the favor of the higher trend right now. And this might have been a trade. Let me see. No, it wouldn't. That wouldn't fit my other strategy. Just be patient here. We're giving a little retest here. No, nothing here still. We're moving. We're moving downwards here. Again, liquidity, COCH. This would be a change of structure and the trend direction that I'm looking for. Again, doesn't necessarily mean this would be the high, but that would be most likely where the high is. We grab that liquidity. This is all over the place right now. I just won't touch that price action. This is moving way too quick. Let's move to the 500. Okay. I got an order block right here that's bouncing off of a pretty clean one, actually. So we should see a retest back here, especially on the... I can't look at that. That's ugly. Ugh. Should see a retest, yeah, back into this area up here. This is now the previous kind of minor structure that we've had, with our major structure now shifting. So if we're going to retest up to here, what would I want to see? Again, I want to look, I would want to see it come like above this liquidity. This is what I would be targeting for a short trade right here, is a grab of this and showing that little gap order. That would be my ideal entry, if it's able to do that. Okay, that's looking a lot more clean now. Whew. I will say this market's a lot easier to trade than it was the other day. Oh. I might actually, with this account, only risk 150 per trade. I think that might be better. Just play it pretty safe until I get some consistency again that I haven't had in a couple of months. And I really don't want to give away these profits because I didn't get a 1 to 2 like I wanted. Still moving down. We broke off that range right there. Potentially, we're gonna get a retest. This is gonna fake us, fake all those people that took a short position right here out. Right there. It's gonna fake everyone out that just took a short position. Here, let me move this over here. Oh, not that. My Spotify. Hey, Spotify. There you go. I'll move this over here.
Treatments. It's about you.
Stupid ads. Again, like I said, I most likely think this is going to fake everyone out that took a short. I mean, we are bearish, but you know what I mean. It just never does what you want it to do. And remember that. The only time it does it if you want it to do is if you've done strong technical analysis. But like the moment I think, oh, I'm gonna enter a short here, it's gonna come all the way back up to here. And always remember that if you don't do a technical analysis and you're being impulsive, just remember it's gonna do the complete opposite of what you want it to do. Most of the time. That's why retail traders are wrong most of the time. Or impulsive traders. We'll see if this works out. I mean, realistically, I should be taking... There's certain trades I could have taken so far that would fit other strategies. And I'm really trying my best to avoid impulsivity, especially when I'm live on stream now. I'm not going to be here for an entertainment factor, I'll be honest. This is all education purposes only. Not financial advice. Please don't trust a guy who doesn't have $1 million, at least that can prove it. But, you know, someone that has a lot of technical analysis, you can trust, okay? You can look at my trade strategy, my process, and a lot of my failure is not due to my trading strategy, I'll let you know. At all. Is this guy gonna respond to my message? Oh my god. Yeah, I came up and retested, grabbing that. This could have been another setup, guys. You had liquidity, you were bear structure, you came up, grabbed one, grabbed two. Oh no, I thought that was a gap right there. Never mind. No setup there. Here it comes. The reason why I don't mind this is gonna fake out all the people that think this is holding as a short, right? I mean, as long right now. It does fit my strategy in theory, but it doesn't because the higher time frame doesn't work. So this is the example. Grab this gap. If you see a closure above the gap, then maybe you could take a trade here for a long one. We'll do a simulated trade if it gives it to us here. Okay. Let's just say we entered right there, which it gave us an entry anyway. It should give you a 1 to 2. Yeah. Simulated trade right here. Not actually taking it. You would see it on screen if I was taking it. This is why you don't take it against the higher time frame. I'll let you know. And the reason why you don't take it, well, first of all, it didn't close above. You didn't get the closure above, which is okay. But whenever you're this bearish, moving downwards, you don't want to take the risks. Now, if it gives us a third retest right here, if we see a third strong candle closure above that, then maybe you would actually take the trade if you were that confident in your strategy for some reason. But for me, this doesn't really fit my criteria, so I'm not going to take it. I have an idea of what my criteria is, and then I score afterwards. Right now, that might be an entry if it fits your trade, but most likely it's a fake out. Here you go. It's going to stop you out now. This is why you don't trade against the higher time frame. So yeah, although it does technically fit my criteria. We have liquidity. We closed above the gap. It didn't fit my higher time frame, so you wouldn't take that trade. Again, we're bearish on both the minor structure right here. As you can see, we retested in the minor structure. Have we closed below it yet? We have not created a... Did we create a lower low? I can't tell. Yes, we did. So this does act now as a high in our structure of still continuing from where it shifted. Like I said, remember that one tick trade where you grab liquidity? The lower tick amount is better. So look at this. This would be some people's strategy. This is counter trend trader's strategy right here. Look for this, look for a huge range. And look at how we only grabbed 1 tick, 2 ticks. The max you want to do is like 3 ticks of a grab. You can enter on that first green candle and get a 1 to 2 immediately. Like with a really high win percentage. I'm just not that great at reading that type of trades. We do have a setup right here. It's a little bit weaker of a setup, so I don't know if I would necessarily want to enter that, but that is technically a setup here. And the reason why it's a little bit weaker, I mean, we're not in a discounted area yet. So the only areas I want to look for, the liquidity I would want to look for to grab is somewhere up here. I would want to see some sort of discount. Very least up there, but we could a lower low. You can look for a retest and a failure here. We'll take another simulated trade in a second and kind of to visualize what went wrong, what would have gone wrong. Okay, here's the visualized trade. So why isn't this one gonna work? That's the real question. Well, this isn't even a setup. I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought this candle was above. We'll continue to wait then. A lot of it, so think of people that say they don't take a trade a day. Now, a lot of people trade on the 15-minute, 5-minute time frame. So for me, if I don't take a trade, not taking a trade within an hour is reasonable. Not taking a trade within 3 hours is reasonable. But if I'm not seeing anything within 3 hours, usually, especially on a chart that's moving every 100 ticks every 5 seconds, and then if we move a little bit higher on the chart that's moving 500, even on a 500, this should give me a setup. This needs to move up, by the way. Still bearish. Looks like, I mean, long positions might be very viable here. And what I mean by that is if it gave me a setup, because we could potentially see a retest coming above not only this liquidity here, but coming somewhere into this range above it. We didn't grab anything yet. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I could start looking for setups like this, where we have this high, you know, we have this minor structure, we have this change of structure. That would be a setup right here. We have this order block right below it, right in the discounted range. Again, another good setup. This is my other strategy, though. This fits my other strategy. It's just a discount trend continuation strategy. Targeting the next liquidity. 1 to 2.7. That's a good trade. And again, I can post that if anyone wants to look at it. I think I do need to create a thumbnail. Am I able to edit? Like, is it possible for me to edit? Closure below this gap right here. This might be a hidden entry, potentially. I mean, again, I don't love where we're at. The reason why we have this wick that reaches up to here. This closes above the structure I was looking at. We are in a discounted zone at this point, so... Now, your target area is going to be a little bit less. It's going to be a little bit worse of a risk reward. This would be your primary target right there. if it does come down. Now you would need to see a reaction, a rejection at this point right now. But it looks like it's holding, so no setup there. Okay, let me see if am I able to edit this? I need to look at this up quickly. Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. I cannot remember for the life of me. No, how to edit a stream title. Let's go to file settings. I don't think this is right. Yeah, no, it's not right.
Try to bear the weight for now. In my head, oh, I can hear the sound. I'm wary of the way that they
I don't care enough. I don't care enough. Okay, this is a setup. If it closes below, we're in a discounted range. I need to look at the higher time frame though. We are a discounted range. I mean, that's not a bad setup. I would want to see a retest and a failure again. We're gonna do a simulated trade this one. This is probably a really good entry though. This is a really good entry. I should have taken this one. Again, targeting that 1 to 2 here. This one most likely would work out. You could probably actually target this farther. Yeah, I should have taken that one. That sucks. That was a little bit slow on execution. I need to figure out, I need to put something here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so if 20 ticks are 20 ticks on 2 contracts is $20, right? I need 5. I want to do it based off like five contract increments. I think that's going to be the lowest I have is ever 5 contracts on a trade. So let me do it via this. So if we're doing it based off 5 contracts, I want to risk 150. Let's say 150 at this current moment until I get some consistency. I'm just doing ChatGPT on this. I'm sorry, I don't feel like doing math right now. And I'm not going to make you guys look at that. Uh, 20 ticks, risking 200 ticks.
I know what I'll find if I sit in place. So I walk, never really sure where I'm going, but it's better than knowing what every day will be. I am who I am.
20 ticks. Okay, let me go down. I'm gonna copy that one. Alright, I'm good now. Sorry. I don't want to make you suffer looking at that. Oh, look at that move. That's crazy. We just made a new low, guys. Ah, that sucks so much. This would have been a great trade. I should have taken that one. Okay, let me go to post. Okay, let me go ahead and do this as my risk amount. I'll just save it there so I don't have to deal with it again. Okay. Alright, I need to redraw this. So we have a new low right here. Looks like we're retesting the level. This did end up being the new high. So this is our new high up here. The reason they're so small in this is because they get very big on the lower time frame. This is the previous structure right here. It still is acting as the previous like minor bearish structure right here. We're moving down, and then we can move down to the 100 to see how it's reacting. Moving up really and aggressively, dude. This is liquidity up here. I mean, we are bullish, moving in bullish sentiment. Minor bullish structure. Okay. Green. Really should have taken that trade. That was a really ideal entry, to be honest. I need to make a new thing where I don't trade on my phone either. We're green until we change this reverse on this. And that doesn't mean anything because you could still grab it. Why am I listening to opera? Oh, it's an ad. Okay. Or whatever that was. Soul music, sorry. Okay. Still bullish here. I mean, this is technically a setup, but no, I would never enter that. That one's not a high likelihood trade. Order block right there. You have the small range right here. It's going to break down below. We change the structure. Lower time frame is bearish now. Minor bearish structure. We actually created a gap right here. You could take this gap because you know it's going to give you a minor retest. I don't know if this would give you a 1 to 2 though, per se. I don't think it would, but I mean, It's gonna fake out, come back. No, it wouldn't. It would be right below a 1 to 2. So you would not be able to take that trade. But again, try not to trade against the higher time frame trend. You're looking for a bearish trend right now. Moving down, we have a minor trend, minor structure right here. That means it can easily be grabbed. This could act where you find your liquidity grab here. Minor structure, high, low. This is extremely bearish right now. So what this is where it can grab, and then you can see a reversal off of it. But it currently just looks like it wants to write down. I would like to see more of a retest. I don't think we're going to get one, though. This thing moves so quick, you got to be very careful that you don't read something wrong. Okay, let me turn my music back on. There we go. I want to see this grab that high right here. That would be ideal for me. This is a huge gap. I don't love that. Grab this little minor gap right here, but I need to see more convincing move. I don't want to see that gap fill because that gap acts as a really good magnet for a trade. Giving it about another 15 minutes, 20 minutes. If I don't see anything, oh well, we'll call it a day. I mean, technically, we're not. Please don't be this, like. I might need to just look at it from this end. Minor structure right there. Give me a clean break here. Not that clean. Nope, that invalidates my setup. That's fine, but we did make a higher high, so we are in bear structure at this point. I don't know how to draw this without. There you go. Remember, we're still bearish long term. Made a lower low right here, but it doesn't matter one bit. This would be your actual entry. That's not a bad entry right there. Yeah, that's not a bad entry at all. I didn't see this. So you had this lower low, then you had the internal structure right here near your high, and that would be your rejection criteria. That would fit. It's like a very good entry. I wish I would have caught. Most likely we'll end in a longer short right here. If I get any sort of retest up there, I might take the risk. A 1 to 10 here. It's potential. Don't think we would get all that. I would still target my 1 to 2. It hit a 1 to 2 already, actually, so I can't. It's not even a valid trade for me anymore. It did exactly what it needed to do, which is you see this rejection right here. You get your 1 to 2, you come down for the liquidity. It did exactly what it needed to. Grab the minor structure right there. We're failing, we're coming down. Could have gotten a 1 to 10 here. You can see how hesitant I'm being, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm being very hesitant. The past 2 trades I've called out have worked out really well. Like, let's just pretend. Let's pretend that this is an entry right here, right? And you somehow traded. You come all the way down for the liquidity. You get a 1 to 6 risk reward there. This looks, you can tell how weak this looks. This is gonna fail, come down. This is like full bearish movement right now. You came up, you created a lower low. You still have yet to make a lower low at this point, so yeah, here we go. Oh, it's so hard not to take these. Good breakdown. Failure right there. Moving further down. Oop, there you go. Oh no, it succeeded. Never mind. You have a setup right here for a long position. That didn't give you anything though. Created a huge gap. Never mind. I hate those gaps on this time frame. It did on the it did on the 500 tick though. You might not get a 1 to 2, but you could target a 1 to 1 here, targeting the high of the range 1 to 1.5. I think that's very possible. It's a very possible target area right here. Maybe a little bit higher. In your eyes. Beer structure. Why did I just type red? Background red. Bear structure, we have the lower low right here. We're retesting higher. Reason why I said this is not a bad trade at all. We have this higher time frame structure. It likes to usually come up for liquidity here. Again, you are bearish, but you know you're at the lower end of a range, so you can take a minor pullback with fairly high success. So having this take profit where I'm at is not a bad trade. A 1 to 1.5 if you're willing to take that lower risk to reward for the trade. This one worked out too. I called out 3 winning trades so far. Maybe it didn't work out. Oh, I spoke too soon. Came out for this leg, created a little gap. This is low is going to be taken out. The gap's going to be closed right here, most likely. This gap's going to be closed. And once that gap closes, the low is going to be taken out here. Maybe I did call that out too early, but And that's just what shows is like internal structure like this where you're consolidating. You can't really rely on this that much. Um, this is gonna break straight through. I don't think this is coming back up again. You should just exit that trade at that point if you take it, but yeah, you could have exited from a break even. Dude, wow, it's just given a bunch of fake out setups. It's kind of hilarious. Slide. This is what I'm talking about. The bearish structure right here can really screw you over if you don't keep track of it, which it's very hard at this speed to keep track of. But look at how, like, this is another setup you could have gotten caught on. Right here, taking a long right there. Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, well. Like, stuff like that. You got to be very aware of where we're at. Price created a new. Oh, we just broke the range completely. Wow. I'm moving far away. Some big days. You and me. Between, you know what I mean. I don't know in the next 10 minutes if we're going to get a setup that I like. I need to reset my chart. This is a little bit hard to follow now. Sorry, guys. I know it's hard to read. I think we're still bullish overall. Am I crazy? I don't know. I mean, we have a higher high right here. We have a low right there. I don't really count that. That's more of a minor structure. We didn't pull back far enough. I need to go ahead and do a horizontal black line for this. Just to be very clear, to know what my structure is for this higher time frame. And then within this, I mean, we could really do anything within this. We're slowing down pacing, as we can see here. Okay, and then we're in bearish sentiment. So now we can draw my trend line. Summer days, just you and me. Why does that look sideways? Am I crazy? I guess I am. Away to a sunny place. It's just you and me. We're in between. You know what I mean. Border. Okay, let's move down. And all minor means is that means it can be grabbed. Grabbed for my strategy. We're still currently very bearish. Very bearish right now. We didn't create a lower low, so this could be a liquidity grab right here. Technically, this is a lower low right here. Jesus Christ, I don't like how that looks. Higher. Oh man. I'm fine if it doesn't give me another entry, to be honest. I really like how structurally sound and, you know, diligent I've been today, even though I have missed one trade that I really should have taken. The other one, which is possible, and then the other ones were just simulations that gives you more hindsight feedback. Okay, we failed. We're moving down again. Would not take this trade still, but maybe I would. We're near a support area, so I'm not bullish on this, but it's a little bit less likely when you're not confident if you're moving down or not. I would like to see it move a little bit higher. Been streaming for about an hour. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming, guys.
Fresh food.
And I hopefully everyone will notice the difference in my trading in the next few weeks from the first stream. I'm really making an attempt to fix everything. Okay. Okay, what are we doing here? This is always fun to look at. We're still coming down, but I don't know what that price action was. Reversal right here. Failure. Moving down further. Okay, we're touching near a bottom portion of the zone. I can't enter that. And since we're touching near a bottom portion of the zone, let me look at the 5,000 again, see what I'm looking at here. We should start to bounce off pretty soon. Start to show some strength. So I might be willing. You might be able to tempt me to take a long position if it gives me my setup. I mean, we did close the gap here. I don't like the fact that this gap right here, is that a minor structure right here? Yeah, I don't like the fact that this gap it's created is just, ugh, it's just not great. But if it gives me, you bastard. It gave a double bottom. Last time I've seen a double bottom. Oh, my music. Okay, it's about to be into an hour. Might get a retest here. Let's see if this gives me a setup. No. Holy sh... There you go. Is that set up? Okay, I want to see a failure here. I want to see this come down and grab that low. We're coming down for this wick down here. I don't know if I want to count this as a high and low right here. I don't think I do. That's what I'm still trying to figure out, is whenever I'm, you know, trading in general, if I want to count that as a high or low or not. I might just do it to keep track. And then just be very much aware that it could reject off of that. Might put a line, but keep the box there. Because it technically did make a... lower low here. So just keep a very close eye on it. Then I have the box right there. What are we showing? Okay, we're creating bullish sentiment here. I gotta be very careful. Do we change structural direction right here? I honestly can't tell. I think we did. This is a minor structure right here. I'm gonna put it as a potential CHOCH if we get a confirmation. But this could also be part of my normal strategy as well, since we're bearish. So I don't know. I wouldn't really want to take that as a trade. I can look at it from two ways here. I mean, we're bouncing off the area with strong volume. Closer above the gap right there. It's a trade idea. Let me go ahead and put a limit entry and see if this would work out. Trade simulation right here. This one I can target very far though. You could target all the way up to here for a 7, 1 to 7. 1 to 2 hit. $14 that would have been 17 contracts, I think, for 150. This would have been, like, I'm not even joking. This potentially, you want to take the 1 to 2, but this potentially can be upwards of a 1 to 10 trade right now if you would have taken it. I should have. This is the second entry I probably should have really taken. Yeah, I called it. I just didn't click the buttons. This one's like a high likelihood too. I don't know what I'm thinking. That was bad. I should really create a journal for entries I don't like, maybe for potential entries I could have taken on stream and see how much better it performs over time, because I promise you it would perform a lot better. The reason why this is an entry, we look over here. So we just had we held a potential CHOCH. What all that means is a change of structure. We changed from bear structure to bullish on the lower time frame. And what that did is we changed from bullish structure to bear structure. We had a retest back into a discount zone, is what you see right here. I got a bullish engulfing candle in that discount zone, which is all you want to see on my slightly higher time frame. And then I also got my second strategy filled, which is a gap that comes below liquidity. What the? My box. There you go. So we got this little gap, and the reason why this gap is valid, we have this minor structure right here to the left of it. So you can see how this candle closed below it, minor structure. If we're going to continue the trend, you want to see that gap fill, retest, and move up higher. and that's the overall trade. And you could see that one worked out really well. But you have to pay attention, and this is what people don't tell you online, and what it's very hard to follow, especially at these speeds, is if you're looking at my higher time from here, what are these lines? Well, these lines right here, this is like the previous high and low of a direction where I could see a retest, and we're at a support area, you know, an area where you could see some sort of liquidity grab reversal. So you have this down here, right? We're still bearish structure up here, but eventually we have, Jesus Christ, what happened there? Why are these so big? We have these, I don't know why these are so big. We have this bearish structure right here that you know it needs to retest up to. And the moments I saw this, which is a change of structure right here, which is a huge confirmation of change of structure, you could have taken a trade upwards. Targeting back into this minor time frame structure, I mean, even higher potentially. This thing could have gone forever. All the way up to there. So would have been a great trade. Again, didn't take it, but I'm being a scared baby today, apparently. Couple rough months following my strategy. Traded really poor. I'm gonna be honest, probably my worst few months I've ever had in terms of following a strategy and stuff like that. So I'm really making an effort right now. Don't want to take this setup. You just grab liquidity highs. So you don't want to take this setup at all, even though it's giving it to you. Actually, no, it's not. It's not giving you a setup. This is giving you a bearish setup, though, in a second. Once this closes, look for a retest back in the range and a failure of the range right here before it grabs the liquidity. Then you're golden. So looking for a retest back in that range, a failure, before it grabs this liquidity down here. You could get a 1 to 2. Grab the liquidity already, no entry. You could have entered it earlier if you wanted to. I still would have not taken this trade either. This one's one I won't because it's too far of a range. If I try to take it from where the entry is right here, you can see this is, let me scroll up. This is the candle that closed below this gap fill. And this gap right here is the one that barely tapped above, as you can see, but did tap above that high. So if you're trying to enter this without a gap, you know, a retest, this is going to be your stop loss. It's going to be... Why does he keep on going back to compact price? No. It's 68. You're risking 68 ticks. And then so your take profit's going to have to be below this range, but we've already established we're at a support zone, so the odds of this coming all the way down to there is very low. Now, on the reversal point of view, we're seeing a separate setup here. And this is why I love this strategy so much. It gives you so many setups. You're seeing a separate setup, and this one's a little bit better of a setup. If this doesn't fail. Now you have a low right there. Retest in the range, roughly somewhere around this range. And then you get a confirmation of a closure above, and you can target a 1 to 2 pretty convincingly here. The only issue now is you're contradicting your previous setup, and the higher time frame structure is bearish, so you don't really want to take that risk here. Plus, we have that bearish engulfing candle, which you don't want to take a risk here. So most likely, that's only a temporary setup, and you would have to be very careful with your stop loss. Oh, it worked out. It will work out, sorry. Yeah, it held. Hey, who knew? This is technically an entry, but again, I'm not taking the risk because... What the fuck is going on here? I'm not taking that risk because, again, this is what grabbed liquidity. This is grabbing smaller liquidity. So it's like a math. I mean, it's like a order of hierarchy. This is more important because this is higher time frame structure, these boxes, than this, which is lower time frame structure, so it's going to be a smaller retest. Still could work out, but it's just less likely. And again, if anyone has any questions, just let me know after or before the stream. This one's gonna fail. It's gonna come below it. Grab this liquidity down here, most likely. I've seen this script so many times. Yep, there you go. So this one is a temporary. You could, like I said, you play based off hierarchy structures. The reason why this one's more important is this on the 500 is more of a structure right here that hasn't been retested. This is the previous structure that retested in this higher time frame structure. And then we have this one, which is even more important up here. So this is the most important structure. These black lines are my biggest structure. This red box is the next most important structure. Then we scroll in, and then whatever the trend is right here is the next most important structure afterwards. So we are bullish. We have the CH, whatever the name is. We created a low. Changed the structure. Higher high right there. This never retested, so this is the box I'm looking at right here. We're looking to see how it reacts around this range. You might get a setup here, potentially, with some minor structure right here. This order block might hold, is what I'm saying. If you trade order blocks. But that's not what we're looking for today. I'm looking for my setup around this range, a long entry around this range, using my gap fill. This is very hard to keep track of right now. I don't really like what this is showing. What I might wait for is, even if we get my gap fill, I might wait for it to change the direction. Doesn't look like we did. Currently looking for the bottom of the box. This is ideally where I wanted to see it, at the bottom of this gray box. For the gap to form, that would give me a way better entry. Don't love that. Oh, man. We changed structure. CHOCH, but if we fail this, I might be interested. Doesn't look like we are. That's too bullish of a move. Nah, not taking that. Never heard that guy before. Still refuse to pay for Spotify Premium. Oh, okay. Hopefully my stream didn't cut out for too long. I don't know how long that was out for. All right, so you have this. You have here, you have the failure. You know, you came up tactically, not really, but technically this is a minor CH. All that means is minor. It means that it's only temporary. It's going to come back down and grab most likely. But what that also means is if it gives you a setup, then you could take a temporary, high. You can look for a temporary move, especially if it hasn't shown me my alternative setup. So like, for example, let's say we see this grab and it forms a gap, which it didn't, then you might be able to take a separate trade. So we'll see if this holds here. Doesn't mean I'm taking a trade, but we could take an example entry. That's a good good solid candle. That's going to be a fake out though. This is going to fake everyone out right here. Move lower. Bearish trade right there. I am on ticks, guys, so be aware of that. I am not on the minute time frame. I don't like trading the minute time frame. I won't trade the minute time frame. This is going to fail right here. Come down and grab this low, and then I want to see my strategy set up, please. Don't hold this. Please don't hold this. This is a very minor hold, potentially, but it could hold it. Please don't. Please come down. Play the major structure with me. Don't do this to me. Let's take this as an example trade. I want to see if this type of trade would work out. We have a low right here. You can target this one pretty far as well. You could give me the setup. I need it in the next few candles. This is sloppy. It's a sloppy setup though. No setup. Okay. I'm fine with that. And we are officially bearish again. This setup ended up working out well, to be fair to it. Okay, I need to close all that. I need to reorient myself quickly. So this structure ended up acting as liquidity. Again, like I said, these boxes act as the areas where I'm looking for rejection. So this was a good trade right here. Didn't end up taking it. It was sloppier than I wanted. Again, always looking for bullish structure to come out of this. We're still technically bearish, but we're not necessarily bearish, okay? I don't know what we're bouncing off of here, but I have a huge feeling that we're just going to hold this bearish move. And I don't have a clear structure at all of what this thing is doing at this current moment. The only clear structure I have is this previous one that's built, and this acts as liquidity on both ends. Potential, very small potential. I'm just putting liquidity. I don't know why I keep on doing that when I could just put a line there. So this acts as liquidity on both ends necessarily. So you could look for a trade setup here. For example, i.e. A right here. This is a viable setup. And the reason why this is a viable setup is because you are in an overextension. You have a clear set of liquidity up here. So you could always take a setup right here. The very good risk to reward, very clean setup, by the way. You know, you come down, this wick grabbed it. It instantly rejected with a lot of power. The gap was not filled, so that gives you confirmation that we're moving up. We have a stop loss, which is only 14 pips. And look, you can easily get a 1 to 2 off that by grabbing that wick right there. So that's a very high likelihood setup. And, you know, potentially moving up, if you wanted to trail some positions, you could trail it all the way up there. Odds of that happening are very low with this setup because you're still bearish, right? But you could do it if you wanted to, if you think it's going to hold. Depends on your strategy again. This thing holds by 1 pip, I'll be amazed. No. But yeah, this is a trade opportunity as well. You're in a discounted zone. It gives you a clear setup to move back into the previous range that we have here. And you can see we moved back into that previous range, and then we held. Here we go. Am I going to get a setup here? We did get a setup. I think I might enter it. I want to see the retest. I want to see how this looks. If we hold it or if we don't hold it. That's a really instant retest. I'm going to enter it with partials, I think. I need to figure out how many contracts. 5 contracts is 85. If I get one more retest, then we'll enter again. But this is a pretty high likelihood trade, I feel like. I mean, I get 300 ticks with only risking 85, so I might.
Order filled.
Okay, that's fine with me. Gave a setup. Wasn't ideal. How is it the one I took is the bad one? It was, did I lose track somewhere? I need to report that though. Give me 1 second. I had structure right here. You know, it's not a bad setup. I don't think it is. This might give you the actual setup here for the liquidity. This is now acting as the liquidity up here. Down here, actually, this is acting as liquidity. Both of these are liquidity. That would be trailing stop 1 and 2. Okay, let me go ahead and identify this. So I thought this was bullish structure. I guess it wasn't. I was wrong on that end. Are we getting a setup now? There's no way, right? There's no way I'm going to get toyed with. I'm going to have to report both these. Please move down. Don't move straight up to the liquidity. Okay. Let's see if it holds. So I want to see a hold of this gap right here. You don't want to see it continue down. Nope, no hold. Perfect. Good, 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 good. Now we have liquidity here. Liquidity there. Okay, I really need to reorient myself. I'm kind of lost in the sauce right now. I didn't take this. Okay, let me draw this. So we had liquidity down here. We had a closure above the candle right here. Should have waited for the retest. Entered a little bit prematurely right here. And then my target was at the liquidity. I mean, the setup idea was good. And I actually don't mind that at all. Let me actually make this a little bit cleaner. There you go, copy image. Okay, and I'll walk you through this. We can walk through the trade right here. 318. What time was it? 3:22 p.m. Went for my strategy 1. Long direction, pre-entry score. So this is all the same thing. It had clear room to run. Everything else is 0 there. Gap formed on a strong candle, moderate candle, I would say it is. No retest, immediate it did have a retest, but it looked like it was going to be immediate. I'm going to give that 4 points there. Large body close near high, medium body. It was a large body, clean level. It was a clean level as well. I'm going to give that a 2. It just didn't work out. Clear momentum, moderate momentum. Had momentum. I'm going to give that there. 50% size. So, I mean, I technically followed the rules. So, what was the pre-entry? 2, and then the score was 11. So, pre-entry 2, 12, halves. Jesus. What size is that? 10? Okay. X risk was 14 ticks. Target was, I'm going to put 30 ticks, I think it was, when I was looking at it. This was a loss. $82. I lost. I didn't have plans for a runner here. Picture right there. Okay. And again, our higher time frame was bearish, so I just gotta keep note of that. All right, let's look back at the chart. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, see if it gives us any setups. Just looks like we're running down. We might be in consolidation mode right now. We do have a minor setup here, and we do have room to run. Oh, ooh, that could have been a setup. Very minor setup. Like, I know that's weird, but we do have room to run right here, is what was. This one could have worked out. I just didn't catch it in time. Right there. Targeting up to this liquidity right there. A 1 to 5, if you cut the 1 to 2 immediately. That hit, that would have hit. All right. Back down we go. There's no way this is going to be the continuation move. Liquidity, failure right above the gap. Nothing I can see so far. I need to I'm going to redo my chart quickly. So we had this high, we had this high low, we failed this high low, high low, high low, high low. We're a little bit overextended the downside. I'm going to go ahead and draw this for bearishness. We had the minor structure right here that we respected. Minor structure we respected. We continued downwards. Continue downwards right there. We're in a discounted range currently. We are in a discounted range right now. I'm going to draw. There you go. Okay, and then here's the runner. Runner back in the range. We have pure. We have a high. So this is the lower time frame. Slash liquidity. Think I'm bullish now. I don't know. I need to double check the time frame still. Gives us another setup right here. It's crazy. It's such a minor setup, but it could potentially work. Let me check the 500. Yeah. Let's see if it holds. What's our risk? I think it's around 14 contracts if I have to guess. I mean, I don't love this entry since it's already happened, but that's good strong candle.
Order filled.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna target a 1 to 2 here. It failed though. What am I doing? Not a good trade. 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 That's $100 loss. I need to report that one too. It's not a good trade. I knew that one from the moment I took that trade. Just yeah, that one was ugh. That was just a gross one. Change of structure right here. There you go. Moving straight up to that line. Like what? It gave me my setup, but it was just right out of reach. I kind of forced that one. I'll be honest. We retested twice, 3 times. I should have known after it retested the 3rd time that it wasn't going to work out. Okay. It's still bearish structure. No runner. P&L 100. Was it $100 I lost? 182, 230. No, it was $80 I lost again. I'm going to say it's the same exact entry, to be honest, but I'll double check. It just wasn't great. Clear bearish. Gap formed on strong decisive break. I'm going to put that as a 1. No retest. Retest gap. Oh, wow, that's just 2 points. Large body. That's a 1. Clean level. That's a 1. So that's a 0. There was momentum. 2-7. Yeah, I mean, lines up. Should have not taken that trade. That's rushing a trade right there. 318. S1. Because all we're doing is this, my strategy 1 right now. I half sized it. I don't know. I think it was 15 ticks and 30 again. I'm taking smaller entries. And that's a loss. Okay. Let's set up. This is 100% a setup. Let's see if it holds.
Order filled.
Okay. This is 1 billion%, 1 trillion% a setup. Did we grab the... Never mind, it's not a setup. I suck. I that was impulsive as well. My final trade of the day. That was impulsive entry. We're bearish.
Order filled.
Yeah. Yeah, I got caught out on that one. I won't even lie.
Order filled.
I'm gonna actually give it one more chance. Hit the order block. I think I could get a 1 to 2 out of this. That lines up really well with the gap. I'm getting lazy. I can already feel myself getting lazy. I need to stop trading. But we'll see if this one works out. Realistically, I should only target this liquidity up here, but it has a little bit of room to run, I think. It's not a great setup, is it? Full 100. Oh, it failed. Yeah, I don't. No. No. No, that's bad. We're gonna mark it out. I saw 2 entries, but we're bearish again, like I said. Failed entry number 1. Two failed entries. We got 1. We got 1. We got 2. There was no room to run. That's it. I'm going to count them both as 1 entry just because of time's sake. And I can count them both. That's a loss again. It's 100. It's $200. 15 ticks. Times 2. 30 ticks. Times 2. No. Just a bad trade. I don't know what I'm thinking. That's also the same setup wise. I mean, it had a little bit cleaner. That's 2, 10. That was half sides though, so I mean, that's good at least that I half sized it. I didn't put my full position size in. But still. impulse traded. No room to run. Impulse traded, no room to run. What else? Already grabbed liquidity to move down. What a start. I mean, surprisingly, I'm not even down that much, but this thing is running down. Okay, we can redraw the line too. Okay, we have a new zone right here. We're gonna do high right here. So there is room to run now. So if I see a setup, it's change of structure, and I see a setup now, then you do have room to run. Okay. And we have the minor structure. Minor structure's right there. We change structure right there. Let's see if this fails. No failure. That's a confirmation we're moving higher. So if we move down, we have minor structure right here. We held the minor structure. We do have a CHOCH right here, a minor one. It's if it holds it, if it comes back up. Don't love. It's moving lower some more. This was a fake out. Oh man. You just look for bearish trades right now. I mean, this was a clear bearish trade. I mean, it hasn't given me a 1 to 2 yet, so I mean, technically it's not, but we have more to go. Oh, there he goes. There's the 1 to 2. Okay, we're moving back up. Trend direction. I can't even tell what this is doing. It failed. Was technically another entry, but I can't tell what the price action's doing at this current moment, so I'm not gonna. We might get a retest here. Created a minor high. Come up for the liquidity right here is very potential. We failed around the range. Came up, retest. We failed again. Built some sort of structure. Created a higher low. I don't mind this coming down as long as it creates a gap for me to enter on. I mean, we have room to run to the top side, so. What the okay, let me make that big again. It held, so I mean, I guess that's something, but we failed. We're going to move down from here. This is a setup technically. If you get a confirmation. It failed the confirmation. We're moving higher now. I mean, again, you don't really want to take that type of setup, on, even if it's a bearish move when we're not in discount. I need to figure out where discount would be. This current moment. Yeah, discount's going to be right above this range. So we have liquidity, right? Not only right here, but we also have liquidity up here. So once we see some sort of confirmation that we're making a higher high, especially if this breaks this low right here, it's an instant rejection, but we're still bearish. So, nope. Clean structure here. Still bearish move, so you don't really want to take it. Form some sort of minor structure right here. Minor structure. We did form above a gap right here, but still no sign of entry. Jesus Christ, this price action's hard right now to find a single trade. Haven't created a higher high yet. There we go. Created a new higher high. Low. We have liquidity down here. Not even a higher high. This is just liquidity. So technically, no. This is our current low. This is our current high right here. So got to be careful with our minor range right there. I mean, once we reverse, I could start to look for entries for the long direction. Can't tell what's going on though. Current bear structure right here. I mean, we were reversing right off of it. So I mean, technically this is a trade, a bearish trade, because we did grab liquidity. This fits my first strategy. Let's say I entered right here with my stop loss above. Would it have hit or will it hit? It's a real question. I mean, that's a really instant rejection right here. Again, we're overextended, so really don't want to take the risk with this because we might reverse the direction. I think that's an entry. Technically, it is an entry, but I can't until we see a rejection. I might go full size if this holds. This is not a clean entry. Nah, I'm good. Yeah. Okay, we create a new high right here. We did break the structure. We are now bullish. So I'm going to change this to green. So if it shows me a setup now, then I might be willing to take an entry. Okay, and we rejected it immediately. That's sick. That's sick. That's sick. So now we're bearish again. uh, bearish again. We failed to move higher. You know, it tried to trick us. It succeeded in tricking us. Might get a setup right here. Ugh, nope, didn't give me a setup again. It's a little bit annoying. Ugh. No setup here for my strategy. We might get a setup number 1. So we might get an alternative setup here. It's the same exact zone as before. So we'll see if we get a rejection. We might get a double confirmation here. Now this is a good setup if this holds. Give me a retest. Give me a better risk reward. Okay, we're going ahead and entering. I am risking full position size. If I get a confirmation below the gap, there you go. Adding to the position. Confirmation, stop loss up here. Looking for one more position size entry.
Order filled.
317. Feel pretty confident with that. Don't like how it's reacting though currently, but can only control what you want to control. 1 to 2. Target 600. Consolidating. Don't love that.
Order filled.
Oh, that sucks. All right. That's going to be my final trade. I've just called out some really good trades, failed on a lot of trades as well. So is it going to really come down now? Oh. And you want to know what, guys? I didn't even have my right stop loss. That should have not been my area of stop loss. My stop loss should have been up here. I had the wrong stop loss. Oh, man, that hurts. Okay, create a new lower low right here. It's a crazy candle, Jesus Christ. We created structure right there. I mean, technically, yeah, it is. Technically, yeah, it is a setup.
Order filled.
That entry is horrible, though. Jesus Christ, that entry is horrible. Okay.
Order filled.
Exited that. 325. We got another setup right there. We're going to see if this holds. Came into my discount zone. Closed above. We'll see if this holds the setup direction. That's such a strong push upwards. I don't love it. Okay.
Order filled. Order filled.
This wrist reward's miserable. I'm going to be honest. It's not great, but 300. It's not a good risk reward. It's not a good risk reward at all. I could be misreading this market a lot right now, but it's targeting 600 down here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love my entry. I might. I don't like the fact that we're close to the end of the market. It's gonna hold. Maybe we'll get a win here.
Order filled.
We're good. Holy crap, guys. We ended on a win today. Jesus Christ. I was tensing myself. This entry was something else. Okay. What happened? I took 2 entries here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and chart the first one. So I took a long entry off the gap. The entry was pretty piss poor, to be honest, but take profit up here. Stop loss was down there for 1 to 1.75. I can't see anything. I don't love that entry at all. You could see I've over traded it today. I'm putting PM. Okay, so I had full size on both these trades. Full size, full size. Full size for this one. Should have not been. But the second trade was a really good trade setup. I was very nervous though since I've lost too much. 52 p.m. was this one. 3:55, which I should not be taking trades this late. 55 p.m. was this one. This was a strategy 2. This was a strategy. Well, this is a strategy. This kind of a strategy 1 and 2. This was a short. This was a long. Why am I recording again? What's my button for recording? For strategy 1, okay, let me pull back up the picture. For strategy 1, gap formation quality. Okay, trend clarity. Again, this is all the same thing. This is far from the support, clear room to run. That's true. It's always going to be a 1 point. If it's not at least a 1 point, then I should not even consider it. Strong, decisive break candle. This is a 1. No retest. Retest gaps. Hold rejection candle. This is a 4, I think, right? Let me make sure. Retest gap. Yes. Retest gap. Hold. That's a 4 points. Large body close near high. Was there a large body on the initial close near high? Yeah, no. There was. Yes, there was. It wasn't clear. I'm gonna give it a 1. Clean level, minor wicks, but body is clean. That's true too. Clear momentum and trade direction, 500. Moderate momentum for this one. Ooh. Well, it says weak, stand down. I agree with it. Mm. I'm I might do 2 and 10 to make myself feel better, but realistically that's probably 2 and 9. I don't know. Okay. This is a full size, so let's go to this gap retest. The order direction. There is clear bear structure. I don't know why I'm marking that. Well, I'm marking that as zeros because it's against my trend. This is 3, 2, 1. Gap formed on a strong decisive break candle. Was it a decisive break? I don't think it was. It was not a decisive break. It's moderate. It's not bad. It's not great. I'll give it 1 point. There was a retest, so that's 4 points. Large body closed near high, bull. It's a 1. Clean level. That is a clean level. I'm going to give that a 2. Clear momentum and trade direction on the 500T. That is with the momentum. This is a way better trade. You could say full size 716. And I did on that one. I could technically put points on the other one as well, but it fit more so that strategy, I would say, than the other one. And I'm going to create some statistics later on as this graph develops. This was a win. This was a win. This one should have not been a win, to be honest. Not a great entry. I don't know how much I risked on this one. I was down. What was I down? Was I down 300? I know I made 600 on this one. I think I only made 80 on the other trade. Is there a way? I forgot if I could check. Profit factors, okay, it's not great. When that's not accurate because of the, oh, maybe it isn't accurate, but profit factor is pretty shit, to be honest. Not great trades. I think I'm gonna put $80 for a win there, and then this one was 600. That was full position size. That was actually double position size, realistic. And then if we're looking at this, oh, I need to put my picture there for that trade. That's all. These are all the trades today. I didn't feel like updating the thing. I might take it off since I'm using this. Bad trade against higher time frame trend. Clear gap with above was the only positive of this trade. The other trade's a lot better. Okay, and then let me pull up the other trade, and then I'm done, I think. Can't trade anymore. The market's dead, guys. This one's a way better entry. So we have trend downsize. We have the gap field. We have the gap on the liquidity right here in favor of our higher time frame trend. My entry was late. That's the thing to be aware of here. My entry was down here. And my 1 to 2 entry was down here. Okay, copy image there. Entry, let me do it this way. Entry late. It was great. A strong desire to exit the trade due to anxiety. There we go. XX. Okay, and the last thing I need to mark is what was my risk? How many pips was I risking? For this one, it was around 30. For the other one, I kept my stop loss a little bit closer, to be honest, just because I was risking so little. It was 15, 14, somewhere around that. So 14 ticks. This was 30 ticks. And then I think it was 60, 30, 60. There you go. All right. You guys have a good day. I'll see you again later.